Hello and welcome. You're watching Quews News and I'm your host Moin Ahmed. Viewers, we are now in September, and in the tech world, that means only one thing: a new iPhone. Like clockwork, Apple launches a new devices every September, hoping to dazzle us into upgrading. And for some it works. Today around the globe, hundreds of Apple enthusiasts queued for hours, with some waiting more than 20 just to get their hands on the new iPhone 16. But not everyone shared this enthusiasm, and the numbers reflect it. Since 2017, global smartphone sales have been declining, hitting their lowest point in 2023 in 7 years. There was a time when the release of a new phone sparked genuine excitement. People tuned in for the launches, lined up outside stores. Some still do, but many others feel indifferent. New phones may come with a more powerful hardware and a few upgraded features, but they're not drastically different from the previous models. Take the new iPhone 16, for example. Apple promised a revolution but delivered an improved camera and a few new colors option. The same goes with the Google Pixel 9, which touts its AI-powered Magic Editor for photo editing. Samsung is pushing foldable phones, and Huawei is even offering a phone that folds 3 times. These devices are marketed with the promises of sleeker design, better processors, and superior cameras. But do customers actually care? Do these features genuinely improve users' lives or offer meaningful upgrades, or are they just flash of extras most people never really use? That's the question. And for example, consider a recent survey where 71% of people said battery life is the most important factor in buying a phone, followed by 61% people who prioritize durability. Only 7% are interested in a foldable screen, indicating that the people know what they really want, and it's not necessarily the flashy new features companies push. So there's a question that why do companies keep releasing phones like they are rare Pokemon to catch? It's a simple thing. That's how they make money. They convince people that they need the latest model, that the life isn't complete without it, and leverage FOMO to drive sales. But the strategy is losing steam for 2 reasons. Let me tell you that. First of all, the phones are lasting longer. If you bought a smartphone in the last 5 years, you must be familiar. It's likely still working fine and could last a few more years. Secondly, the global economy is struggling, with many people facing a cost of living crisis. Dropping $600 on a new phone every year isn't feasible for everyone. There is another thing. The used phone market is growing too, now making up to around 21% of smartphone sales compared to just 4% in 2014. So that market is increasing as well. There is an environmental impact. Most consumers don't factor it in, but they should. The smartphone industry is environmentally costly, and with each handset requiring rare earth metals and precious materials that comes at a steep price to the planet. It's a time to rethink this constant cycle of new phone releases. It's less about real innovation and more about checking off a box. Sure, the new phone are good, but often they are not good enough to replace your current device. After all, it's just a slightly updated rectangle. So, do you really need a new phone? That's for you to decide. But as we enter into this new era of smartphones, the real question isn't what the latest devices can do for you. It's whether you truly need it to do more or not. Just think about it.